Hey guys, what's up? Today I created this look using colors from a few different palettes and kind of mashed them together. So if you want to see how I created this, keep watching. I'm using a kind of self-made palette here. This is the Venus palette across the top and the Modern Renaissance palette underneath it. The Nutcracker Sweet palette by MAC. This was the holiday collection from 2016. And then over here, the Royal Assets palette that definitely got broken when it was being depotted. Since these eyeshadows are depotted, I'm not sure exactly what I'm using, but I'll put it in below as I'm going. I'm gonna start with a Morphe M573. Going into this one and this one over here. Kind of create my own transition shade. I wasn't sure what kind of color scheme and what kind of color palette I wanted to go with today, but I kind of had the idea that I wanted to go with a more elongated shape. Since I colored the whole beard last night, I almost went in with brighter colors, and not only was I gonna go in with brighter colors, but I was also gonna do like green eyebrows because I thought that would be pretty cool. Anyway, I feel like people are starting to get a little bit tired of, there seems to be a backlash against these, you know, kind of warmer toned palettes. Because again, you know, it was a trend. And that's what happens. Things are super popular for a minute and then everybody turns around and, you know, hates them like a year later. I feel like there was a lot of neutral in the Modern Renaissance palette. And I feel like it's very versatile. Yeah, I really like my eyebrows today. I do. I wish I could grow this much eyebrow hair in real life. I mean, I have maybe 5 to 10 hairs that grow in total to make up both of my eyebrows. It's really sad. I'm gonna go ahead and use this kind of reddish color right here. It's coming together. Coming together in here. I definitely want a little bit of a warm tone in there to break up the ones that would normally make me look a little dead. Look how much fallout there is from that shadow. I feel like there's a couple colors in this palette that I've gone through, not that I've gone through, but I see that there's definitely a dent in them. Not because I've used them a whole lot, but because they just, you press your brush into it and it's just like poof everywhere. We're gonna go in with a Morphe M433, just a clean one to blend that shade in. Kinda, again, elongate that shape a little bit more. As a powder to set my under eyes with, I ended up going and buying the Coty Airspun loose face powder. I picked up the translucent to bake under my eyes, and then I also picked up the honey beige because I thought that I would, you know, set the rest of my face with that. It broke me out so bad. It started out here on this part of my forehead, but it wasn't like zits that were like at a head. They were just like little red bumps, and they didn't hurt. They didn't itch or anything. And then it started over here too, and then down on my cheek area too. So again, you know, I'm out $10 and I still have to go buy powder. I'm gonna go in with this dark brown shadow from the Venus palette. And this is another palette that the colors were awesome. And it was one that everybody was like, I don't even know. Again, I've talked about this before. There's all this like weird internet makeup drama. Like, it's makeup. Was there like a password breach or something? I don't know. Anyhow, everybody was like super pissed off about that. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, but I still want that eyeshadow palette. I don't want to buy an eyeshadow palette like this on like Amazon because I feel like there's so many fakes out there that like I don't want to risk getting like a fake product. I'd rather risk it with that company's website and just like buy it direct and know that I'm getting like the actual product. You know what I mean? I'm excited about the Jaclyn Hill palette too because it's got, I feel like it's another one like the Modern Renaissance palette where when you first look at it, it's like, oh, this palette's like a one-trick pony. Hers looks like it maybe has 2 tricks, you know? But I've seen quite a lot of versatile looks made with that palette. I'm gonna go in on the lid with this shade right here from the Nutcracker Sweet. That one's definitely gonna need to go on with a setting spray. And I'm gonna start in the middle and work my way up and out.
When applied dry, this color has a 0 color payoff, so I'm glad I went in with the setting spray.
Has anyone been into Nordstrom Rack lately? I guess that they have a bunch of super cheap MAC products. I saw a picture on Instagram, maybe it was Trend Mood that posted it, that showed that they had a bunch of, they had like the Selena collection for 50% off. And I have to be completely honest, I had no idea who the Selena person was. I had heard of Selena Gomez a few years ago, but I didn't know who she was either. I mean, I do not keep up on like the teen pop princesses. I like rock and roll. I don't like Lady Gaga. Like, I don't like any of that crap. Like, before it was actually happening, I feel like there were these fake ads that I saw that were like the Selena collection, and I was like, who the hell is that? No, I seriously had never heard of her. My influences are definitely different. Like, I like Amanda Lepore. I like the old 80s. I love Debbie Gibson. I'm not even kidding. The Electric Youth CD it's still so good. And Debbie Gibson was good because she was like writing all those songs and recording all those songs and playing all the instruments on those songs. She produced her albums, and she was like a 16-year-old kid. I'm like, that is some impressive talent, because if you look at it now, it's like you've got these teeny bopper pop princess kind of chicks, and probably even Justin Bieber too. Like, I don't know if he writes songs, but I'm assuming the way that most of them do it now is that they don't write songs, they buy songs. And it's like, had that light been in the frame the whole time? Perfect. I'm gonna go back into this kind of brick color that we've been using. I'm gonna just warm up the outside of the crease a little bit.
And no offense to you pop music lovers out there, I love Paris Hilton's album and she bought all those songs.
And I want to darken this up, so I'm going to go in with the darkest color from the Nutcracker Suite. And I don't want to darken it all the way across. I want to keep it right here.
Did anybody else get this palette? The brush that came with it was the most generic thing I've ever used.
I'm going to go back into those same two shades that I used for my transition on top. Now this brush that I'm using, this M573, you do have to be kind of careful when you're using it on the lower lash line, because it is a pretty big brush. But yeah, we are already coming up on the 3-week mark of the Ordinary products that I've been using. I've been kind of making a diary. I've been taking photos and jotting down notes of kind of everything that's happening along the way. Oh, and I'm sure I'll end up getting a bunch of questions about my nail polish that I'm wearing today. God, I love this color. It's so good. It's I keep wanting to call it Hello Kitty. It's the My Little Pony collection, and this one is in the color, Hey Girl Hey. I was scrolling through Instagram and I follow China Glaze on there, and there was a picture of this nail polish on somebody's fingers, and I was like, what is that? So I bought it. I used it. I loved it. I did end up going and buying not 2 full-size bottles. I can't find any more in full size. I bought 2 mini bottles because I just know that that's one of those colors I'm gonna end up wearing over and over again because it looks so fucking cool. Glitter nail polish anymore kind of acts like, once it's on and once it's dry, they kind of act like Lee press-on nails, where they only last for like, you have a few hours with them, and then you look down at the ground and there's like this little glitter chunk on the floor, and it's like, and then you look at your fingers and it's like, why do I only have 3 nails painted? Like, and you painted them like an hour ago. I feel like that's true of like every nail polish brand that has glitter. Unless you're doing gel polish, and you know that shit'll last for weeks. And this one is almost like, it's glitter, but it's almost packed so tightly and it's so ultra fine that it almost looks more like a shimmer than it does a glitter. I used the Ben Nye glitter glue the other day on a small little angle brush with a gold eyeshadow. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was a Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. I think it was the first color in that palette. But I used it with the Ben Nye glitter adhesive, and it was good. So I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I'm gonna use the small angle brush from Morphe. It's the R45. I'm gonna use the Ben Nye glitter glue. It definitely kind of burns your eye a little bit when you're applying it. I mean, it goes away. But yeah, I already laid down before I started the, there we go. The Becca Champagne Pop highlighter on my inner corner. Then taking and then just kind of taking that gold kind of like right up into that weird pukey olivey, whatever you want to call that color.
Now you always could go in with a setting spray and wet your brush for the inner corner here, but I felt that the Ben Nye glitter glue not only gave it more intensity, but it just made it bulletproof.
But yeah, like I like all of the stuff that I've gotten from The Ordinary. I feel like my skin is really happy about it. I used the AHA 30% peel again the other night. The first time that I used it, I only left it on for 5 minutes, and my face was like falling off in clumps for about 2 weeks. It really was 2 weeks later. And so of course on like the actual 2-week mark, which was this past Thursday, I used that peel. Did I seriously just do that? I used it again. It's probably a good thing that I peeled my face off then, because I just used that Coty Airspun for 2 days in a row. So that kind of messed up my skin. My skin is like so happy about like everything that I'm using. And then last night I was a little bit worried about what was gonna happen, because just over a week ago, I had colored my beard green. I had just bleached like the chin strap part of it. And I hadn't bleached my beard for years. I used to do it all the time. It definitely exfoliated the skin, let's just say that. So again, last night, all that skin had finally come off and it was starting to grow out, and I wanted to color more of my beard green. I kind of wanted to go for like an entire green beard. But yeah, going back in and coloring it a second time, I was kind of worried about what was gonna happen, because I was like, well, you just peeled your face off 2 nights ago. Now let's put bleach all over your face. That's smart. But yeah, my skin was totally fine with it. I took cotton balls and shoved them up my nose. I had to wear sunglasses that were kind of like tipped up this way so that like they kind of sat right up against my eye here, because the fumes were just killing me. God, I can't even, like, the closer that it gets to like my nose and my mouth, I was like, I can't even breathe either. I'm like, great, so I can't see and I can't breathe, and I'm probably gonna peel my face off with bleach. That's what I like to do. I like to live on the edge. And once I got the cotton shoved up my nose, I was good to go. Extended play Giga Black Lash is super clumpy.
Oh, don't mind me, guys. Just picking out clumps.
You know, when I got the lip fillers, I thought that I was going to use darker lipstick, because for me, I just feel like darker, or like a red lipstick or a bright or a bold color, just, I don't know, I don't like it on smaller lips. It's personal preference. I think that those colors just look better on fuller lips. A darker or a bold lipstick just makes smaller lips look smaller. But I'm not there yet, because I'm still about maybe 2 syringes off from where I really want my lips to be. I like to think that when my lips are like giant and obnoxious and like, suction cup to the window kind of look, I think I'm probably still gonna wear a nude lip, because it's what I like. So that's the final look. I'm glad that I put these 3 palettes together in the same palette. And the way that they all kind of come together on the eyes, I just think it's really pretty, actually. Even though you're using kind of like uglier colors, you can get some really pretty looks out of them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Tell all your friends about it. And I'll see you on the next one.